Hey guys, my name's Joanna, and I'm hanging out here with Wonder Woman and a mustache, about to tell you about our Teen Book Tuesday for the week. So this week, for you, I have The Grave Keepers by Elizabeth Byrne. So, the world in this book is mostly realistic except for one thing. When you turn 13 years old, you are given the key to your grave. And your grave is something that you take very personally. It's a place, even though you're still alive, right? So it's a place where you can go think, you can decorate it however you want. It's like your personal, private spot in the world. And if you are someone who has a grave and keeps it up and visits it regularly, you are a grave keeper. So our two characters in this book are Athena and Laurel, and they are sisters, and their parents are kind of the groundskeepers for a graveyard. And a few years prior to the story starting, their older sister Lucy was killed in a car accident while she was walking home from school, and this, the grief of that has made their parents very withdrawn, very private. They don't go out very much, they kind of just stick to the graveyard. And this has made the two sisters kind of ostracized from the rest of the community, especially Laurel, the younger one. She's homeschooled, so she is kind of stays by the house, and that's all she's really allowed to do. So the book, The Grave Keepers, really gives each of those sisters their own kind of growth and coming of age story. So Athena, the older one, is a junior in high school, and her arc of the story is kind of her finding friends and kind of getting revenge on the mean girls in her class. Laurel, the younger one, who would be in 8th grade if she was allowed to go to school, her arc is that she makes friends with this kid who has run away from home and is living in one of the graves in the graveyard. And to top that all off, there's also a ghost character who everyone thinks is the ghost of the dead sister Lucy, but is actually the ghost of a girl who died about 300 years ago. So it's complicated, there's a lot going on. So, premise, very cool. You get your grave, that's a cool thing. I've never read another story like that. It's a cool premise, but a couple issues. So for me, one of the coolest things about the book is that premise of grave keeping and receiving your grave and it being a special place for you. And in this story, it really only figures into kind of that secondary arc of Athena and her interactions with the girls from her class, instead of being kind of about the main resolution of the book. And also, for a book about two sisters, you would think that the kind of overall arc would be something about their relationship, you know, them coming closer together or finding understanding or whatever. But Laurel and Athena both have their, like, kind of their own resolutions, and then the overarching resolution of the book is between the parents and this other guy who we only meet once before the very end, and it's the resolution of an issue we didn't even really realize was an issue until it's already resolved. But I do think it's worth reading, mostly just for Athena's coming-of-age story, because I think she's a really cool character. But anyway, if you're looking for something kind of quirky and gothic, give The Grave Keepers a try. So next week, I'll be reading The Wicker King, which is about two friends, and one of them is hallucinating a fantasy world. So it sounds pretty interesting. I will let you know what it is like next week.